In this video, we are going to discuss 50 technical interview questions that are commonly asked in the interview of mechanical engineering. So the very first question, what is tool life? The answer is tool life is the most important factor in the evaluation of machinability. Tool life is defined as a time period between two successive grinding of the tool and two successive replacement of the tool. A cutting tool should have a long tool life. Next question, state the difference between machine and mechanism. And the answer is, machine is defined as an arrangement of mechanisms in such a way that one form of energy or work is converted into another form. While mechanism is an assemblage of linkages which when combined or assembled with other mechanism constitute a machine. Thus mechanism is an integral part of the machine. Next question, 1 ton of refrigeration is equal to. The answer is 333.55 kilojoule per kg or 13898 kilojoule per hour or 3.861 kilowatt. So a 1 ton of refrigeration is a rate of heat removal required to freeze a metric ton of water at 0 degrees Celsius in 24 hours. Next question, which part protect the penstock due to sudden variations of flow or velocity of water? So the answer is surge tank. So here you can see the surge tank. This is nothing but the surge tank which is mounted in between the reservoir and the turbine. So for hydroelectric power uses, a surge tank is an additional storage space or reservoir fitted between the main storage reservoir and the powerhouse. In short, the surge tank mitigate the pressure variations due to rapid change in the velocity of water. Next question, explain flexible manufacturing system. A flexible manufacturing system is a production method that is designed to easily adapt to change in the type and quantity of the product being manufactured. Machines and computerized systems can be configured to manufacture a variety of parts and handled changing level of production. Next question, on drilling machine, which process is known as reaming? So reaming is a process which slightly enlarges a pre-existing hole to a tightly tolerance diameter. So these are nothing but different types of reamer, and this is a reaming process. Next question, the process of chamfering the entrance of a drill hole is known as. The answer is countersinking. So here you can see a process of countersinking. Next question, the process of joining similar or dissimilar material by heating them below 450 degrees Celsius using non-ferrous filler material is called as. The answer is soldering. So this is nothing but a soldering process where the similar or dissimilar materials, they are joined together by heating them below 450 degrees Celsius. Next question, what is pattern? The answer is, in casting, a pattern is a replica of the object to be cast used to prepare the cavity into which molten material will be poured during the casting process. Pattern used in sand casting may be made of wood, metal, plastic or other material. So here you can see the pattern. Next question, what are the number of sliding and turning pair in slider crank mechanism? The answer is 1 sliding pair and 3 turning pair. So here you can see the slider crank mechanism. So 1 sliding pair, that is in between piston and cylinder, and 3 turning pairs are the pair between piston and connecting rod, then between connecting rod and crank, and between crank and the fixed support. These are 3 turning pair. Next question, what is the primary function of mechanism? The answer is motion transmission. So in engineering, a mechanism is a device that transforms input forces and movement into a desired set of output forces and movement. Mechanism generally consists of moving components that can include gear and gear train, belt and chain drives. Next question. The plastic material which do not undergo chemical changes when heated are. The answer is thermoplast. So, a thermoplastic is a material, usually a plastic polymer, which becomes more soft when heated and hard when cool. Thermoplastic material can be cooled and heated several times without any changes in their chemical or mechanical properties. Next question. Copper when alloyed with zinc is known as. The answer is brass. So brass is nothing but an alloy of copper and zinc. Next question. In stress strain diagram up to proportional limit, the answer is stress is directly proportional to the strain. So here you can see the stress is directly proportional to the strain. Next question. What is meant by gear ratio? The answer is the ratio of pinion speed and gear speed. So here you can see the formula for the gear ratio. It is a ratio of pinion speed to the gear speed. Next question. Why is the load carrying capacity low in ball bearing? The answer is due to the point contact between inner race and the ball. So this is nothing but a ball bearing, and there is a point contact between the ball and the inner race, and due to which load carrying capacity is low. Next question. Which type of bearing are known as anti-friction bearing? The answer is rolling contact bearing. So these are nothing but different rolling contact bearing, and these are also known as anti-friction bearing. Next question. In 4-stroke cycle engine, cycle is completed in. The answer is 2 revolution of the crankshaft. So here you can see a 4-stroke cycle engine. So there are 4 stroke, that is intake, compression, combustion, exhaust. So intake stroke 0 to 180 degree, then compression 180 to 360, that means 1 complete revolution, then combustion stroke 360 to 540, and after that exhaust stroke 540 to 720. So for completion of 1 cycle, the crankshaft has to turn by 2 revolution. Next question. Lancashire boilers are. The answer is they are internally fired boiler. So this is a Lancashire boiler, and this is internally fired boiler. Next question. An isobaric process has constant. Answer is pressure. So here you can see the isobaric process, that is A to B, and it has a constant pressure. Next question. The extensive properties of a system, the answer is depend upon the mass of the system. Okay, so the thermodynamic property are classified into 2 categories: intensive property, extensive property. Intensive property means they are independent of mass of the system, whereas extensive properties are depend on the mass of the system. Next question. What is absolute pressure? So it is nothing but an addition of gauge pressure and atmospheric pressure. Next question. What is isolated system? The answer is a thermodynamic system enclosed by rigid, immovable wall through which neither mass nor energy can pass. So here you can see the open system where heat and matter can cross the boundary of the system. The closed system where only heat can cross, mass cannot pass. And in isolated system, neither heat or mass can cross the boundary of the system. Next question. What is chamfering? So a chamfer is a traditional edge between 2 faces of an object, sometimes defined as a form of bevel. It is often created at 45-degree angle between 2 adjoining right angle faces. So here you can see the chamfering process. Next question. Explain taper turning operation on a lathe machine. So a taper turning as a machining operation is a gradual reduction in the diameter from one part of a cylindrical workpiece to another part. So here you can see the taper turning operation over the lathe machine. Next question. What is the function of cone pulley drive in lathe machine? So the answer is to change the spindle speed. So here you can see the cone pulley, and that is used to change the spindle speed of a lathe machine. Next question, how flat surfaces can be produced on a lathe machine? The answer is, a flat surface can be produced by a lathe machine if the cutting tool moves perpendicular to the axis of rotation of the workpiece. So here you can see the facing process where the cutting tool moves perpendicular to the axis of rotation of the workpiece. Next question, what is powder metallurgy? So the powder metallurgy is a term covering a wide range of ways in which material or component are made from the metal powder. There are three basic steps in a powder metallurgy, that is mixing, compaction and sintering. Next question, explain metal forming process. The answer is, metal forming is a metalworking process of fashioning metal parts and objects through mechanical deformation. The workpiece is reshaped without adding or removing the material, and its mass remains unchanged. Next question, explain honing process. Honing is an abrasive machining process that produces a precision surface on a metal workpiece by scrubbing an abrasive grinding stone on grinding wheel against it along a control path. Honing is primarily used to improve the geometric form of a surface, but can also improve the surface finish. So here you can see the honing process. Next question, explain buffing process. So buffing is the process used to shine the metal, wood or composite using a cloth wheel impregnated with a cutting compounds or ridges. The cloth buff hold or carries the compound while compound does the cutting. This is nothing but your buffing process. Next question, explain the lapping process. Lapping is a machining process in which two surfaces are rubbed together with an abrasive between them by hand movement or using a machine. Next question, according to Grashof law in 4-bar chain, one link can complete a rotation only if the sum of longest and shortest link length is less than the sum of remaining two link length. Sorry. Next question, what are the minimum number of kinetic pair required in a kinematic chain? The answer is 4 kinematic pair. Next question, what is the percentage of carbon in plain carbon steel? The answer is less than 1.7%. So here you can see iron carbon diagram, and the percentage of carbon in plain carbon steel should be less than 1.7%. Next question, what is ergonomics? So ergonomics is the process of designing or arranging the workplaces, products and the system so that they fit the people who use them. Next question, what is synthesis? The process of creating mechanism and shape of mechanical elements for a machine to get a desired output for a given input is called as synthesis. Next question, why is an idler gear used in gear train? The answer is, an idler gear is a gear wheel that is inserted between two or more other gear wheels. The purpose of an idler gear can be twofold. Firstly, the idle gear will change the direction of rotation of the output shaft. Secondly, an idler gear can assist to reduce the size of input or output gear while maintaining the spacing of the shaft. So here you can see the idler gear that is placed in between driver and driven. Next question, what is a line shaft? The answer is, a line shaft is a rotating shaft, part of a system of mechanical coupling between the power source in a factory and the machine that do the work. Next question, what is the purpose of bearing? Answer is, bearing perform the function of preventing damage from being done by this force to the part that supports the rotation, and also of maintaining the correct position of the rotating shaft. The function of bearing is what allows us to use our machine over and over again for an extended period of time. Next question, what is resistant body? So a resistant body is a body which is not a rigid body but acts like a rigid body while it's function in the machine. In actual practice, no body is a rigid body as there is always some kind of deformation while transmitting the motion or forces. So the body should be resistant one to transmit the motion or force. Explain the forging process. So forging is a manufacturing process involving the shaping of metal using localized compressive forces. The blows are delivered with hammer or a die. Forging is often classified according to the temperature at which it is performed. Cold forging, warm forging or hot forging. So here you can see the forging process. So the metal is first heated and then it is hammered to get a desired shape. Next question, explain the lower pair. So a lower pair is an ideal joint that constraint contact between a surface in a moving body to a corresponding surface in the fixed body. So in case of lower pair, there will be a surface contact. A lower pair is one in which there occurs a surface or area contact between the two members. And the example is nut and screw universal joint. Next question, explain the pantograph. So the answer is, a pantograph is a mechanical linkage connected in a manner based on parallelograms so that the movement of one pen in tracing an image produce identical movement in a second pen. So here you can see if we want to stress the A, so that can be stressed with the help of pantograph. Explain the reverted gear train. So here you can see the reverted gear train. So when an axis of first gear and the last gear are coaxial, then the gear train is known as reverted gear train. So this is your first gear and this is the last gear and these axes are coaxial, hence it is known as reverted gear train. Next question, what is compound gear train? The answer is, the compound gear train allows you to multiply gear ratio together. Consequently, it is possible to create very large gear ratio and hence generate very large torque and low speed from high speed, low speed torque motor. So here you can see a compound gear train where two gears are mounted over a common shaft. Next question, what is critical speed of the shaft? The answer is, the critical speed is a theoretical angular velocity which exceeds the natural frequency of a rotating object, such as shaft. As the speed of the rotation approaches the object natural frequency, the object begins to resonate, which dramatically increases systemic vibration. Next question, what is Klein's construction? The answer is, the Klein's construction is a graphical method to obtain velocity, acceleration of the link or important point on the link. Next question, what is the use of bevel gear? So bevel gear are the gears where the axes of two shafts intersect and the tooth bearing faces of the gear themselves are conically shaped. Bevel gear are most often mounted on shafts that are 90 degrees apart but can be designed to work at other angle as well. So here you can see the bevel gear. The last question, explain group technology. So a group technology or GT is a manufacturing technique in which parts having similarities in geometry, manufacturing process and or function are manufactured in one location using a small number of machine or processes. So here you can see the two layout. The first layout is a conventional layout where the machines are arranged as per their function. Now in second layout, that is related with group technology, where the machines are arranged as per its demand for various product. So in cell 1, the machine sequence is lathe, milling, drilling, assembly. Okay, so the part which require this sequence will be sent to the first cell. The second cell, the sequence is lathe, milling, grinding, assembly. So the part which require this sequence of operation will be sent to second cell, and this is known as group technology. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you.